Does Easter roll around and you're feeling unsure about what to share with your young kids about the real Easter story? Does the confronting death that Jesus faced leave you feeling stuck at how you're actually going to share what Jesus truly went through for us? Today I'm going to break down what I feel we need to let our young kids know about the real Easter message, and if you stay listening until the end, I've also got a free gift for you, so tune in to find out what it is. Hi, I'm Brenda and you're listening to the Little Kingdom Warriors podcast, where we help our kids discover God through play. Are you overwhelmed by the weight of your never-ending list of things to do, but desperately want to invest in your kids' faith life? Are you tired of the same old colouring sheets and seemingly lifeless Bible stories that you're even struggling to sound enthusiastic about? Well, I'm here to help. I'm a lover of all things creative, an ex-primary school teacher turned stay-at-home mum and follower of Jesus. Let's walk this path together and transform our kids' lives with new and exciting ways to explore the Bible and help them become God's little kingdom warriors. We might not have it all together, but with God, and maybe a strong coffee or two, we've got this. Hi, I'm Brenda Cordes. Welcome to Little Kingdom Warriors. This week I wanted to talk about Easter because it's just around the corner and it snuck up on us yet again. I've personally struggled knowing what to say, avoid saying, what do I need to say to my kids, because they are at that age where, you know, the comprehension isn't completely there. So the message of Easter, there are so many little bits that all add up together to the culmination of Jesus' death on the cross. And because they are still quite young, I want to be able to explain openly what happened at Easter, but without completely overwhelming them. So Hugh's only 2, Lily is 4, and she has bulk questions. So I just want to keep the message of Easter pretty simple. So today I want to share with you what I'm going to be doing with my kids this Easter, and I want to also equip you so that you can do the same. So if you stay listening to the end, I'm going to be telling you what you can get as a free gift from me to help you with discipling your kids this Easter time. So particularly when your kids are so little, it's incredibly important that we are not overcomplicating things. So we need to keep it really simple, pare it right down, and simply word the gospel message. I don't really feel, and you know, you might be different, but I don't feel at 2 and 4 years old I need to take a deep dive into the horrible torture Jesus faced yet. That definitely is a conversation that I want to have in future, and I think it's really important for our kids to know truly what he did go through. But simply introducing the fact that Jesus was perfect so that we didn't have to be, and that he died in our place, is enough of an introduction. What I would suggest with young kids is you want to just give little bite-sized messages. We don't need to go through everything that happened all in one go, because it's going to be too much for them to take in. I think what I've become acutely aware of is that the gospel message, when you start reading into all the events of Easter particularly, it can be pretty overwhelming. And I suppose as seasoned Christians, or wherever you are in, I suppose, in your faith walk, there are so many little pieces that go together, and I think we sort of forget about the foundations and what it was really like to learn about Jesus and his death. So I think particularly with kids, we just need to break it right down. So for my kids, the very first thing that I want them to know, and this is what I'm going to be focusing on at the moment, just in this week, we'll just be going through that God forgives us. So we're not going to go too deep into everything else. Obviously, if you feel like your kids are ready for it, then obviously take that opportunity. But with Hugh and Lily, I want to reiterate that Jesus didn't do any naughty things. So I've talked about this before, but sin is still a word that both of them are going to be coming to grasp with for a while. So I'm going to just be talking about how Jesus didn't do any naughty things in his whole life, and he's the only person who never did any naughty things, and God gave his son Jesus for us so we can go to heaven when we say we are sorry for all the bad things that we have done, and we love Jesus with all our heart. And that's really the clincher, that if we repent and we turn to Jesus, then we can go to heaven. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with them at this stage. Now, I just want to remind you that I actually did a pretty in-depth Easter series last year, and I posted it on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to send the links to you if you are on my email list. So make sure you sign up to that, and I'll have a link in the show notes so you can go and have a look at what we did back then. And if you sign up to my email list, I'll also make sure that you get the downloads that I made for those, because they've got step-by-step instructions. So the freebie that I was talking about at the beginning is a 3-part devotional series. So there's going to be an episode dropping every Monday with the next devotional in the series. And as I said, I am keeping it simple this year because I realise that probably one of the biggest mistakes I have personally made is overcomplicating everything. So I'm going to give you the option. If you want to go a little bit deeper with your kids and you feel like they are ready for it, and you feel like it will be a great opportunity just to really immerse yourself in what happened around Easter, then I do have the Resurrection Garden, which we made last year. So it was a small world play where we set up a tomb and the 3 crosses, and we talked about Jesus dying and all of that. So if you would like to do that, that's also an option. If you sign up to my email list, though, I'm going to send you a very simple, I'm just going to go through it now. I'm going to hold on, just bringing it up so I can tell you what it's got in it. So it just starts off with the first one that I'm sending you is just a very short devotional. It will probably only take you a minute to go through, and it's using the same simple words that I talked about just before. So I'm pretty much telling you how I would talk to my kids about it. I've got one question for further discussion if you feel your kids need it. I've got a very simple activity, a Bible verse, and a very short little prayer. The second devotional, I've got another activity which has got a printout in it. So I'll talk about it a bit more next week. But yeah, so the Easter devotional series is going to be a simple one that you can do at home with your kids. It's really aimed at toddlers and preschoolers. So just want to bless you guys this year to know that you can do something pretty simple with your kids and still make an impact. So that's pretty much all I've got for you this week. It's a short and sharp one today, and I hope this blesses you, and make sure you sign up for that. So I'm going to have the email link will be in the show notes. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Hey friends, if this podcast encouraged you or made an impact on you in some way, I would be so grateful if you could take a minute to leave a review to help other people find my show. Don't forget to click subscribe so you are the first to know when a new episode airs. Hop on over and join my free Little Kingdom Warriors Facebook community, which I will link for you in the show notes. Thanks so much for listening, and God bless. I'll see you next time.